In the Galactic Senate and Jedi Order's attempts to discover the source of an assassination attempt on Senator Padme Amidala of Naboo, the Jedi Knight Obi-Wan Kenobi had managed to find a secret CIS hideout on the planet of Geonosis. But due to his capture and the discovery of this plot against the Galactic Republic, the Jedi sent a strike team to free the captives, and Representative Binks of Naboo granted Supreme Chancellor Palpatine emergency powers, which enabled him to form a Grand Army of the Republic. Despite the number of Jedi in the Petranaki arena, the even greater number of the droid army soon pinned them to a small ring in the centre of the arena. But before the droids could eliminate the entire order, Grandmaster Yoda arrived with the newest batch of Republic clone troopers, forcing the Separatist army into retreat. Dooku eventually reunited with his master on Coruscant after battling the Jedi in his secret hangar, and they had completed their objective of starting a war on their terms. But what if Yoda and the clone troopers had arrived early on Geonosis? Could they have killed Dooku or prevented the war? As you're going to find out, the earlier appearance of the Republic reinforcements would have shattering consequences for the rest of the galaxy. In his quarters of the Jedi Temple, Grandmaster Yoda meditated as he awaited news of Obi-Wan's fate on Geonosis, when he felt a small tremor in the Force. Knowing that the Gungan Jar Jar Binks would not be able to block the Military Creation Act, Yoda decided to travel to the planet of Kamino and anticipated the creation of the Grand Army of the Republic, asking Mace Windu to gather the Jedi for an attack on the Separatists and prepare for a rescue of the Jedi. The Grand Master flies in his starship alone to Kamino. Landing on the central platform to the cloning complex, the Jedi headed to the military training area, and he was suitably impressed by the clone troopers, despite wishing to avoid violence. Guiding them all into Republic gunships, the Jedi soon received confirmation that Obi-Wan was being held with Anakin and Padme. Yoda orders for the clones to attack the surrounding hives of Geonosians and droids, in the hope of reducing some of the army in the Petranaki arena. Soon supported by the other Jedi, they charged into the surface of the arena, whilst Yoda and a group of Republic gunships dominated the skies, and Dooku and the Separatists are forced to make an escape. With the distraction caused by the Nantex-class starfighters, the Jedi cannot keep up with the Separatists, and soon a disturbing report emerged from the catacombs that the clone troopers and Jedi Knights were being torn apart. Mace Windu leaves his post at the front of the ground assault, leaving his duties to Ki-Adi-Mundi, and using his purple lightsaber to illuminate the dark caves, he hears the sound of Jedi falling, then surged to the cries. In front of him was the cyborg General Grievous, brandishing all 4 lightsabers, and the Master of the Order reached out with the Force, and used his Shatterpoint ability to find a weakness in Grievous's torso, crushing his chestplate. Escorting the remaining clones and Jedi before the cave collapsed, Windu rolled out of the large explosion, then joined the battle again, whilst Yoda, Obi-Wan and Anakin tried to capture Dooku. The 3 Jedi tracked Dooku to his hangar, and surrounding his ship so they would not escape, the Sith apprentice was forced to ignite his lightsaber. Yoda knew the skill of his old Padawan far exceeded that of Obi-Wan and Anakin, and trying to protect them from the Master Duelist, he danced around Dooku, searching for a weakness in his form, until they engaged in a battle of the Force. The trio used their combined powers to lift Dooku's ship, and speared it into the Separatist leader, trapping him beneath its hull. Before he could push the ship away, Anakin had cuffed the Sith, and dragged him out of the wreckage, and into a cell aboard the forward command post. Taking Dooku back to Coruscant, he is placed in the Republic's military base, kept under constant surveillance by at least 1 Jedi, until the Senate are able to prepare a trial, convicting him of plotting against the Galactic Republic and the assassination attempts on Senator Amidala's life. But on the day of his trial, the Jedi left the building, and was seated in the chamber, with only clone troopers for guards for Dooku. In the corridors of the prison cells, Dooku used his exceptional abilities in hand-to-hand combat, kicking 2 clone troopers into the walls, before flipping a blaster rifle into the other guards. Recovering to their feet, the blast doors are ordered to be shut down, but Dooku acrobatically rolled through the closing exits, then jumped into a secret network of pipes in the roof. The Sith crawled through towards an exit, and dropped through to the clone dining hall, which was now abandoned, and picked up a fork to pick the lock on his force suppression cuffs. Now free to move, the alarms did not cause any panic in Dooku, as he stealthily moved past the rushing clones, and found an extended set of robes tied his face. Force choking a passing officer of the Coruscant police force, he leapt onto his speeder and departed for his secret hangar, where Sidious was waiting, having left the Republic Center for military operations in the chaos. Congratulating Dooku on his escape, the Sith Lord revealed the unfortunate development that Grievous had been killed on Geonosis, and the post-mortem examination revealed the wounds were Force-orientated. Dooku knew that only Mace Windu was capable of such an attack in the Jedi Order, and he would need to kill his old Jedi friend, were his plan to succeed. That is it for part 1 of What If Yoda and the Clones arrived early on Geonosis. If you'd like to see a part 2 soon, please like this video, turn on that notification bell, click that subscribe button on this channel, as well as on my other channel What If Films. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd all like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you all very much for watching, and see you next time.